February 17th, 2023. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. We're going to be talking about the Goth bedroom and how I come up with that idea. Now, we got to talk about several other subjects to get to that, though. One is the universe. One is about star seeds. One is about metaphysics. One is about even magic. So let's begin there. And visions too. Way back, I had a vision where actually I had reincarnated from. Now, if you've ever listened to EE Arts, I'm not affiliated with EE Arts whatsoever, but they shoot the straight stuff. They explain what this energy is. They explain how it works. If you really want to learn about all that, go to them, because they're not going to lie to you. There's too many other ones out there trying to control everybody, and they just lay it on the line. They're teachers. They're good. So let me get on to what I seen. Now, I seen myself coming in a light ship from the center of the universe back to Earth. And why am I bringing this up? Well, there's a reason. Because I've always enjoyed wearing black clothing. I feel like I get a lot of energy, a lot of power out of it. Now, there's psychological things. Some people wear black because, sometimes they feel insecure, if they're overweight. So there's lots of different issues why people, but that's not my deal. I actually can feel energy off of it. And I got thinking about a few things here, because when I started the bedroom, I started painting it. I painted the ceiling first. When I painted the ceiling black, I could feel more energy. It's almost like it actually revved my energy up more some way. Now, how is that possible, and why? Well, I got thinking about a few things. If you had come from where, like, you were, say, had reincarnated from a light beam, and you had been out there in space, in the darkness of space, and you gave off light, well, darkness would be kind of pretty cool, wouldn't it? I mean, it's kind of like that yin and yang. You got to have darkness so you can have light. I mean, there's got to be a balance. I mean, without that, there would be no balance at all. And when I get thinking about this, it just made me, then I got thinking about, well, I wonder, back probably, I don't know, back when I was in school, I remember talking about people, and they said people that wore black were depressed and stuff like that. I've never been depressed. I always try to see positive in everything. So I got thinking. I thought I'd do a little research. And before I did the bedroom, I wanted to look at some of these goth bedrooms. I got into the photos and looked at them. But then I got into YouTube. And there's some ladies that were showing some of their houses and bedrooms and stuff. And I wanted to see, not just looking what they had done, but I wanted to see what their personality was like. Were they down and depressed? Or did they have a positive attitude? And were they creative? That's another thing too. I noticed, this is something I really noticed. I would say 98% of them were positive, and a lot of them could take just something, just out of hardly anything, and turn it into something. Now, I've always been good at that myself. And I got thinking, the way they always stereotype and say different things about different people and stuff, they're really wrong about stuff when it comes to that. But then, like I say, when I think of goth, I also, like I say, everybody has a different take on it and different definition. To me, it's more being an individual, more self-sufficient, and not having to be in all with all the other sheep. Maybe you could be with 2 or 3 other sheep, but you don't have to be with 100 other sheep. So, excuse me. But like I say, and I got thinking about this. Now, like I say, I did out of all the YouTube videos, I noticed one lady, and then she had some in her room that had more of a purple tint than just the black and the red and stuff. So, but that don't mean anything. I mean, I think the purple's kind of cool too. But I was looking at their personalities and seeing if they looked like they were happy and positive, and most of them were. That's important, very important. But that's kind of what got me thinking about all this. And like I say, I way back, like I had went through a divorce, and I'd always been empathic and psychic, but I never followed through with going into any of it. I just, if something was going to happen, I kind of played on my own intuition myself and just kind of, used it for me personally. But after the divorce, and I went full blown with trying to learn more about all of it. And like I say, the first book that I ever read was Goth Magic. And that's what gave me the idea about doing the bedroom. So that's how, like I say, that's how I come to the conclusion of doing it. Now, there is some other things. I'm going to show the bedroom a little bit more tonight, just real quick. But I still don't know which way I want to go with this yet. Because I like to make sure everything's kind of functional. I might want to use some of my crystals in the bedroom in certain respects. I've thought about using a few in there. But I've also thought about some of the symbols over the years that I've seen that I've never been able to match up to anything. And I thought maybe about doing some of those too. I had another thought too. One of the sci-fi movies or series, Babylon 5. Now, there was a spin-off of that. And there was a gentleman, I think they called him a technomage. Well, actually, they used magic, but it wasn't magic. It was science. And their technology was so advanced, they made it look like magic. But they also knew that there had to be a balance, which I thought was kind of cool. Now, they all wore black, too. And that's pretty cool stuff. So I'm going to show this, and also thought about. I noticed that on some of the goth rooms they also had some bats in there too and stuff. I got a couple of tiny bats. I'll show you guys too. Like I say, I've just been digging through some of my stuff, but hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. And let's see. Here's a little bat I found. And here's another one. I thought that was kind of cool too. And this is kind of cool too. I think that matches one of our chakras, doesn't it? And I found that too. I thought that was kind of cool at the thrift store where it said wild and free. Pretty cool stuff. So I haven't done nothing to the walls yet. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do here. As you can see, the ceiling is black. Now, believe it or not, guys, when it comes to lighting these room up, the LEDs, I got LEDs here too. I might put in here, but I messed around with fluorescent. Fluorescent doesn't do very good. Now, I know it can light up like posters and other things and stuff, but it does not do good on the red wall. It won't light up very much. Now, the purple, just like this here, I don't know how good that looks in the video here, but it lights it up pretty good. Let's see. Turn this off real quick. See, now that really does good, I think. That was kind of cool. Now the LEDs do look pretty good. The green and the purple and the orange actually look pretty good in here in that sense. So I don't know which one I'm going to go with that. I also thought about maybe going with just a couple like spotlights, kind of like in here, kind of like a plant light, kind of like light, but not a plant light like on a fluorescent light, but like a bulb light. But I don't know. I just haven't decided exactly. I have lots and lots of different wrought iron and Gothic like Victorian different things. But I don't know how much I want to put up on the wall. Now, also on this wall, I thought about doing some of the symbols of like a earth, fire, wind, and water, and lighten them up, making actually each wall that would light up like that with those symbols. And I thought that might be kind of cool too, guys. So, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. If you guys like the bats, let me know. Some of them do, some of them don't. But anyway, guys, just a short little video, and we'll be talking more about the Goth room here. Anyway, guys, keep your eyes open and have a good one.